What's good, everybody? It's Big Game James. We in these streets. We almost in these summer streets. We hitting the spring. It's almost 70 degrees. It's gonna be 72 tomorrow, 75. I told you I'm a happy person when it's nice out. So that's why you ain't been seeing me tripping on these Cowboys. I won't let it affect me anymore. I have my period of time. I'm gonna tell you right now. Before I went into media school, I'm gonna just say this before I just talk about this video right quick. But before I went into media school, I was that super ultimate fan. I keep telling y'all, you can never say nothing about my Cowboys. Matter of fact, look up James Yates WordPress. I had a whole bunch of articles that I wrote when I was in media school. Let me tell you how delusional I was. 2016, I was all Cowboys. Don't say nothing about my Cowboys. Go on my WordPress, James Yates, Y-A-I-T-E-S. Type in James Yates WordPress. You'll pull up a WordPress and it's got a whole bunch of articles that I wrote. Look what I wrote about Stephen Jones. I was praising that man. I was saying he's the exact opposite of Jerry. He wants to save. He wants to say be young and build through the draft, and that's what we need to do, and stop overpaying for players and blah, blah, blah. Oh, Stephen Jones, you had me, dog. So I can't even front like he didn't have me. He had me. He had me for about a year and a half until I got in media school and started really digging deep in, really figuring it out, really checking it out. Because, you know, I knew everybody on Cowboys, but I ain't mess with salary caps and do all that. That's when I got into media. That's when I really delved in and started doing interviews. And that's when I found out that man hoodwinked me. It is what it is, though. But yeah, you can check out the article. Actually, the article is a very good written article, so check it out. But just, you know, we talked a little bit about on the final word yesterday about, you know, the back and forth of free agency, selectively aggressive. But go also on my YouTube page, the comment section where you can make posts. And I took down all these articles of what Stephen Jones said about free agency. And if you go on that page and you see what I said, or I may post it on here, and see what he says about free agency, it'll stop getting you mad. It'll get you mad in the sense of, damn, man, we just gonna have to overcome, right? Because this man said it clear as day since I saw it since 2016, clear as day, that we're not overpaying for players, we're not doing anything through free agency, we're building through the draft, we're signing our own. That's the money that we're gonna pay our top stars, top money, and then we're just gonna find those guys to kind of build through it, because we can't pay everybody like he always says. And we're going to find these undrafted players or the 4th or 5th rounders, and that's going to be our depth of our team. But the heavy lifting got to be the stars. That's what they say. And the gambles will be on these guys that ain't did nothing, but we ain't going to pay them nothing. So if they don't do nothing, it ain't hurting us. So they taking a gamble, but it's a low gamble, like I said yesterday on the final word. Meaning what I'm saying is like Peyton Turner, coming from New Orleans Saints, came from the University of Houston, 6'6", 260, had all the measurables. I remember him coming out of college because a lot of people were high on him. But you know what? He didn't pan out. Like 5 sacks. It ain't just all about sacks, but 5 sacks in like 4 years or 4 years, that ain't good. I don't think he never started a game. But it's only a 1-year deal. And he may not even make it through camp. You get what I'm saying? Right now, he's just a body right now. They're just trying to see if they can tap into it. So I guess that's cool, you know, because that's what Dallas does. You know, the funny thing what Dallas does also is before they sign one of these guys, have you noticed they always put in the media, former 1st round, former top 5 pick. They just really try to grease you up a little bit to be like, ooh, Dallas signed a former 1st rounder, a top 5, yeah. But then when you see the career of them and how they've been hurt their whole career, then you're like, oh, well. But they real slick in that media. Whenever they sign a 1st rounder, they always put that first. And if he's a top 10 pick or top 5, they definitely put that to kind of make it smooth over for us. Because if you know Dallas, they love taking them high 1st, 2nd, 3rd rounder, 1st and 2nd rounders that didn't do anything or been hurt and taking them dudes and putting them on Dallas and saying, well, they was hurt over there, and we can do it over here. They did it with Trey Lance. What was he? Top pick. They traded for him. Well, he didn't work over there, but maybe we can do it. It failed. So it is what it is. So I'm not going to be hating. Peyton Turner, I don't know what to say about him. We'll see. I think the best outside signing so far has been, I'm going to say Solomon Thomas, because I liked him coming out of college. You know, he was a former top 5 pick, and, they put that out there. But I like Solomon Thomas. We talked about, was he better than Golston? I think he's better than Golston. I think his ceiling's a little higher. Golston's a good player, but I just feel like Thomas is just a little bit better for what Dallas needs. I wish they could have kept both, but they didn't. It is what it is. You can still get another defensive tackle, but I would say Solomon Thomas is the best signing so far to me. I don't know, that guard, I like that Robert Jones guard. A lot of people like Brock Hoffman to take that spot, but I don't be hating on the undrafted players. But I made a tweet yesterday when I said you signed Osa to his deal, nice, and then you signed Cavante, Brock Hoffman, Marquise Bell, and Wanye. All of them were undrafted. I ain't hating, but you see how the Cowboys go. That's how low they go. So if you're talking about all those guys, the outsiders, I like the Robert Jones. He started, 30-something games. He's got girth. He's bigger than actually Hoffman. He's like 6'3", 321. Started all 17 games for Miami last year. I think Hoffman's going to have some competition. That's what he needs, because I don't feel like you should just give the job to the undrafted guy. I just don't feel like, even if he's got the nasty attitude that we like. But I'm going to go Solomon Thomas just because I'm a defensive guy. I ain't no offensive guy like that. And I like the offensive line as far as what it does, but I don't care about it. I'm defense. So I'm going to say Solomon Thomas is my so far best outside signing. And then if we're talking about the in-house signings, they had, 7 or 8 of them? They just signed Brian Anger. I like Anger. Is it Anger? Yeah, Brian Anger. Who do I like that they signed between Marquise? I'm not counting Osa. Between Marquise, Wanye, Cavante, and Brock Hoffman. I don't know which one was the best signing to me. Y'all tell me what's the best outside signing for you so far. Put it in the comments if you could, please. And then tell me your best inside the house signing for you, minus Osa, because we already know Osa. We already know. But minus him and what guys, I don't know. Because, I love defense. I like Marquise Bell a lot, but, I want to see him in the system. I really like Wanye. I think he can take the next step. We're waiting for him to do that. Eberflus. But I'm going to say Cavante Turpin. I know the reason why I'm going with Turpin is because Dallas still don't have no weapons on the offense. All they still is have CD Lamb, Jalen Tolbert, and he's okay. Jalen Brooks, and it's okay. You know what I mean? But we ain't got no legit speed. We don't have a guy that can really threaten anybody, besides CD. We don't have nobody to threaten him. We saw what Turpin did. We saw, hit him on a crossing pattern. Shallow cross, bam, touchdown. You seen the return ability. Had the zero, hit the O, boop, Washington. You feel me? I know he little. He's small like me, but he's still doing it. So I like Turpin. I think he's my favorite so far signing because he's a legit threat. He got better on the receiving game because you remember how he used to just drop the ball all the time. He got better as a receiver. He's dynamic in the return game. Heck, he even was taking snaps in the backfield and was running hard. So I love his attitude. I'm glad that was a great signing from the USFL they picked up. So I'm going to go with him as my favorite signing so far. And as I close, what's y'all thoughts on Cooper Kupp? Because now they're talking about, we don't know. Boss brought up Keenan Allen. Would you want Keenan Allen or Cooper Kupp? I'll take Keenan Allen. I think Keenan Allen like 34, but man, Keenan Allen, he one of them guys could play forever. He's just so damn good. I would take him over Allen. He don't be hurt guy either. So if you had a choice between Keenan Allen and Cooper Kupp, I'm taking Keenan Allen. Tell me what your thoughts are about that. And then remember, we in these work streets. So I told you I'll take Kaiir Elam over. You know, people brought up Amari Cooper. I ain't hating on Amari Cooper. I just feel like they're not going to revisit that. That's why I'm not bringing up Amari Cooper. I don't feel like they're going to revisit that. I think there's bad vibes there. I just don't think that's happening again. And, you know, I don't think he had the greatest numbers when he came over to Buffalo. And, you know, he'd get the knick-knack injuries, don't want to practice, but then plays, and then he'd be sulking. I just don't want to deal with that with Amari no more. You know what I mean? That's just me. They do it, I ain't mad. But that's just my selections. And then get Asante Samuel. I mean, I know there's some other guys out there, but, you know, he didn't have the greatest year, so I think that market for him might not be that great because, you know, he missed a lot of tackles. He had the injuries. You know, he turned up his rookie year, but kind of tailed off a little bit, so I don't think that market is going to be as hard for him so he can be gotten. And as I said, I wanted him over Kelvin Joseph. You should have never drafted him. So this is where you can make up for that. Y'all like circling back. And then defensive tackle Dalvin Tomlinson. I've been wanting him since he was with the Giants. He's a good plug guy. Obviously, he's probably not the guy that he was about 3 years ago, but he's still not like a 35-year-old. I think he still has some skills going for him, and he's a plugger, and he can rush the passer. And that would be kind of my wish list. If that happened, I don't think that's out of the ordinary for the Cowboys to do because I don't think those guys are going to have a gigantic market. But we know the parameter is like 5 to 6 million. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll be waiting in the news. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going crazy. I know what this is. I've seen what this is. So, you know, I just can't get mad at it. And after 21, 22, and 23, after them heartbreak years, I kind of, like I said, I'm right here. But I just ain't going to be getting frustrated like that because that stuff will take a hold of you. And, ooh, I don't want that no more because it's sickening. But, so, I had closed the video, and I was about to send it. Then I seen the Dallas Cowboys just traded, a 5th and a 7th and a 6th? I don't know, a 5th and a 7th for a 2022 first-rounder. Is it Kaiir Elam from Buffalo? Got good size, like 4.3 speed. I think like 6'1" corner. I have to do my homework on him. But, hey, there's a trade right there for a youngster, another first-rounder. I told you that's what they like to do, but it's cool. I ain't tripping. Let's see what he pans out. I heard his numbers weren't too bad, and let's see what happens with them. But solid move, you know. Hey, Cowboys are making more moves. We may not like them, but at least they're being a little more active than they have been. So we'll get a quick update on that, but I think it's a solid move, good trade. I feel like you know, you got a young corner. You lost Jordan Lewis. You don't know what's going on with Trevin Diggs. Deron Bland is really your only guy. You got Kalen Carson coming back from last year. You got Butler. You got a lot of injuries, though, on the front of the cornerbacks, and the cornerback room is very, very small. So especially when you lost to Jordan Lewis, you had to do something. It became a need. And then you were looking, well, you might have to go a little bit higher in the draft with a corner. So I think this is a solid move in that aspect of you still want to get a corner in the draft, but maybe this lessens the blow a little bit. I'm definitely going to check out the tape on this kid, and, you know, we'll talk about it tomorrow. But Cowboys just traded for Buffalo corner 2022 first-rounder Kaiir Elam, I believe. They traded a 5th and a 7th, and maybe a 6th, or we got a 6th back, but that's what just happened. And we'll talk more about it later. Big Game James, I'm out. Peace.